Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're gonna be talking about Pallet Command. There it is, the video about the new legendary that sees a lot of play currently in Sanctum of Domination. So is it good? Is it worth swapping from Night Fae to NECROLORD? These are the kinds of things we're gonna be talking about in this video. So the first thing I want to consider is NECROLORD versus Night Fae. How is it? How close are they? Which one is the best one? To be quite fair, I still think Night Fae is a little bit ahead, be it in M+, or in rating, but NECROLORD is very close, if not equal to Night Fae, which makes Shadow Priest a bit more flexible in the sense that you can play two different covenants and actually be worth something, you know, not like when you go Vent Fae and then you go in PvE and compared to your NECROLORD or Night Fae comparison, you're not worth that much in damage and such, and even on the logs. So how good is Pallet Command exactly? Pallet Command is insane for raiding, mostly for raiding, not as much when it comes to M+. Still, it's very close to Prism overall. I've tested both in dungeons myself, and I found that Prism does a little bit more overall damage, but if you're looking for more single target based damage, then Pallet Command is 100% the way to go. So what is the strength behind Pallet Command? How does it work? Pallet Command works the following way. When you use your ability on Holy Nova, Pallet Command will activate summoning a cleric, a NECROLORD cleric, that will start basically shooting at the enemy. And every time you attack the enemy, or someone in your group does, it will basically give stacks that increase the damage of your new found pet by 2%, stacking up to 50 times. So a maximum of 100% increased damage. Now the thing with this kind of legendary is, that's why a lot of people weren't sure how good it was going to be, is how much damage does the cleric do? The cleric at 50 stacks, which trust me is basically instantaneous about how fast it goes to get there, it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of priority damage. So let's say, for example, you're on a bowstring week and one of the mobs, you know, is like 50% higher. Well, using your unholy, what the hell is it called? Unholy Nova, you will do a lot of damage to that target just because your legendary will proc and keep on attacking it. So I do think NECROLORD has a lot of potential when it comes to damaging an M+. Now, for raiding, NECROLORD, I think Pallet Command might just be a bit ahead of Night Fae. It's very close though, and it's hard to say. Sims, logs, there's a bit of both really that suggests that one is better than the other, or the other is better than the other. So it's kind of confusing, but generally I wouldn't say swap NECROLORD or swap Night Fae, because in my opinion they're both good and they both have their strengths. So let's start with NECROLORD. Is NECROLORD insane? What is good about NECROLORD? So NECROLORD gives you a few things that are kind of amazing. Firstly you have Unholy Nova, which is your ability, which is an extra dot. Dots work amazingly well with your mastery, which increases your damage done. Especially with us getting more stats and all, mastery becomes a lot more important. As the patch goes, you'll have more mastery. Right now I'm at 14%. Last season I was roughly at 10 to 12%. So it's an extra 2% on that specific dot, which is a lot of damage. Doesn't seem like much, but on burst phase it's pretty good, especially with Same Nightmare. So that's all great. What other strengths are there? Flashcraft. Now, Flashcraft honestly loses to Soulshape for Priest. Soulshape is much better, and a lot of people, I reckon, stay Night Fae for Soulshape. And it was one of the things that made me consider staying Night Fae in the first place instead of swapping to NECROLORD. And Flashcraft is decent, but yeah, against Soulshape wins every time. So what else is there? Well, the Soulbinds next. The Soulbinds from NECROLORD, Bonesmith Aimere is just great. It does a lot. It gives you something called Aimere's Arsenal, Marrow Gemstone, and after landing 10 critical strikes, you gain 18% increased chance to critical strike for 10 seconds. May only happen once every 60 seconds. Now, set like that, it doesn't seem that great, but it is huge. It is such a huge part as to why NECROLORD even works to begin with, making Aimee the #1 choice for soulbinds. Now, what else is there to NECROLORD? That's pretty much it. Aside for the cool ass transmog, which in my opinion wins 100% against Night Fae, and I don't regret changing just because now I look like a cool ass lich or something. So, Night Fae next. What's good about Night Fae? Night Fae is insane because, well, Fae Guardians is insane. Reducing the cooldown of your Void form so you can manage to get 2 Void forms, one with PI, one without PI, really makes it great, and which is why, and overall just makes the class a lot more smoother. It makes it so you can burst more often. That said, I don't think the extra Void form does a lot more damage than the NECROLORD Unholy Nova comboed with Searing Nightmare because of the mastery increasing dramatically this patch. But that said, that's one of the biggest strengths. Not only that, but you can empower someone else if you want to like buff your Fire Mage in your group or your Frost Mage or whatever spec you can buff, because this season is a bit different from last season in regards that not only are Fire, it's not only Fire that you can buff because, you know, Fire used to be like so insane. Now a lot of specs are at the same level as Fire Mage, which is nice. The next thing I'd like to say, soulbind wise. So you have 2 soulbinds that you can play, which is really nice, which is Huntress, and then you have the first one, which I can't remember the name, but it gives you Invigorating Growth, which gives you a lot of mastery, making it overall amazing for raiding. Is it really worth swapping? Like I said earlier, not really. Both of them are good, but if you feel like putting some time and trying a different playstyle, I definitely recommend to go NECROLORD. I was almost sure when I saw NECROLORD I was gonna come back to Night Fae within the 2 weeks, and I'd regret my decision. Yet here I am still playing NECROLORD, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, it's just to let you guys know that playing NECROLORD is pretty insane as well. Anyway guys, I think I've gone long enough. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more videos, sub, like and hit that bell button to support my channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!